I'll just also add, right? I'm devastated because one of the plans I had for the stream, because between now and the end of October, I'm not really doing a lot. Not really doing a lot, you know. I got my commitments to this. I got to do this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing, obviously by the numbers. But so, because I had all the spare time, one of the things that I planned to do, if you remember, was the new version of Football Manager. Well, I say the next version's out now. This always happens to me. I get in a one version, play that. The new version comes out, I buy that. I don't play that one, then the next version comes out, and then I'm just playing catch up on the versions. But I was like, yeah, we should do some more game related streams. And if you remember, I said, you know, we could put Ricardo Castro to the side. I think he'll be making an appearance in The Sims 4, probably on stream before Christmas. But one of the ideas I had was to do my other character that I used to use from Football Manager, and I'll just explain it. I'm mentally ill, so when I do Football Manager, I can't just engage on it as you know, it's a simulation and you just want to win the games. I have to play a character. I treat it as a storytelling engine RPG that just happens to be in the world of football. That's my approach to the game, and it has been for years. And so Ricardo Castro is a character I used to do even in my 20s, which earned me, you know, they used to even joke, you know, the boys when we were playing on a fucking local area network with PCs in our room in our house. So anyway, the other character I had was Ian Armin. And Ian Armin, because the Ugandan dictator, Idi Amin, famously said he was the king of Scotland. And so in my mind, I was like, imagine if he had a love child in Scotland who looked exactly like him and was like a dictator, but he was like a manager of like low-level Scottish football. And that was what I would do. I'd start with like, you know, Berwick Rangers or someone. And there would be this half Ugandan, half Scottish tyrant called Ian Armin who would he'd fine everyone, drop people from teams, terminate their contract and stuff like that. And that's the approach I would have to the game, because and basically it would always end with him being fired because everyone would turn on him, and he'd be like, you know, cutting players' contracts, so he'd be costing the board money and losing players. So anyway, I said, oh, I'll do him, and what we'll do is we'll put him in charge of the worst team in Britain. And that team was a team called Fort William. And like all my great ideas, someone did it and never told me. So Fort William FC become online hit as avid Football Manager fans documents the rise of his side on YouTube. Fort William are being dragged from rags to digital riches by an avid gamer. John Cox, who has his YouTube channel under the name of Loki Doki, with 40,000 subscribers, has taken over the Lochaber club on popular computer game series Football Manager in an ambitious long-term project to have them punching alongside Celtic. However, rather than just being a test of his FM skills, Cox has set about raising much-needed funds for the team through running a Just Giving page alongside his regular game updates. Cox said, people suggest different saves for me to do all the time, and I had never done one in Scotland. On one of the live streams I ran, I said I fancied doing a lower league challenge, and I got sent a link to Fort William. These guys must have hearts of iron to turn up and play each week. After I saw their documentary, which, by the way, there's a documentary about this team, they're that bad. I think it's called The Worst Team or something. And they didn't win in 838 matches without a win. Sorry, it wasn't 883 games. It was 882 days. My bad. Yeah, that would have been a bit ridiculous. But there it is. So anyway, after I saw their documentary, I thought about ways to raise some money, perhaps buying some advertising at their stadium. But I wanted to give them the money without any strings attached. I'm hoping to raise between £3,000 and £5,000, and we're up to 1,500 already. in one episode, I had a look at one striker and he wasn't a natural in any position. I said he wasn't a natural footballer and it got picked up by a couple of the players. And we had a bit of banter on Twitter. It's a tough save as you're relying on a pretty small talent pool and there's no money. We need a miracle cup run or a takeover from a rich oil baron. But it's an interesting save and it's about making the most of what you've got. And so just to back up, you can see for yourself, it was news when they finally won. 882 days without a win, which is still bad enough and makes them easily the worst team in Britain by a long way. And then you can see this is the environment they're playing in. This takes me back. Rugby games up the fucking mumbles. If you get injured up there, they have to send the helicopter out to take you to hospital. Good times. So I can't do that one now because it's been done. It's passé. So I need to think of a terrible Scottish side for Ian Armin. And so we'll have to think about that. Now, what's also funny is what I was thinking is just to give it that extra bit of spice, because, you know, I'm always thinking of how my stream can sort of be funny for you guys. And that is, in the next Football Manager, right? In the next Football Manager, they're bringing in the Women's League. And the idea of Ian Armin managing a women's team, ooh, I think there's clips there. I think there's clips getting sent to Polygon there. I think that'll be brilliant. I think that could be brilliant. So, and I'll be in character. So you can't. I'll be in character. So you can't hold it against me. I'm doing a bit. But so I almost want to wait until that, but it's like 2 months before it's live or something, so I don't know.
I let you off once before, but you still got the nerve to come back here and make trouble again. Eh?
And say, children, what does it all mean?